So what up folks? Let me start by saying my name, I'm Duaij Hutari and I am the host of No Media, and we are broadcasting from KTV2. Broadcasting. And well, actually, now that is a subject to talk about, right? So broadcasting is a simple way. What is broadcasting? Let me just fix this so that I give you the tone of a serious broadcasting guy. So broadcasting is the process of sending information from single source to many receivers on the same time, utilizing an electronic mass communication media. But most commonly, one of the use of the electromagnetic spectrum is one of the many models. Broadcasting originated as a farming technique for evenly distributing seeds across area. Is this real? Later, it came as a way to mass spreading news by print or telegraph media, telling this farmer how to farm and that farmer how the other farmed one failed. Old media like radio and TV are considered forms of media that are linked with over-the-air broadcasting. Later on, we got the radio, TV cables and the internet, etc.
Then, in the late 1920s, scientists across the globe, including Scottish inventor John Logie Baird, finally developed a technique to send moving pictures through the air. As they said at the time, "We have lit a candle that will never go out." That light still burns today, and it is shining ever brighter.
Trivia time. So, the first form of electronic broadcasting was the telephone. And the first thing said over the phone, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." So it was by Alexander Graham Bell, and he didn't even say hello. It was like 1876. All times had live feed also, or live broadcasting. Like in 1881, the French inventor Clement Ader, I hope I pronounced that right, introduced the theater phone system. It is a telephone-based system that allowed subscribers to listen to live opera and theater performances over telephone lines. Well, I mean, good job. That was in 1881, folks. Can you imagine? 1881. Beginning in the 1890s, mainly in the major European cities, telephone newspapers services began broadcasting news and entertainment programs, calling you and telling you about the news and entertaining schedules around the city. That is inventive. So you guys, what do you think? Stay tuned for the rest of our program, including the media story segment and of course the upload and video game segment. This segment is dedicated for those adventurous souls who like to explore, survive, travel and document the amazing animals and plants there. Watch this one.
We're currently heading deep into Cape York on the hunt for some big saltwater crocodiles. We've brought the tinny out here with us. There's actually crocodiles in this river that are much bigger than this 3.5 meter tinny, and we're going to be trying to track them down on this trip. Welcome to the Cape. This is part 2 of my North Queensland adventure. Let's get into it.
The sense of embarking on an adventure or a journey that is into the wild or jungle is something to be admired. But it would be mesmerizing to capture all of that and documenting it, then showing it to us. To you, and of course, to me. So a young individual by the name of Myler Wilson from Queensland, Australia, 19 years old, a person who loves close encounters with dangerous and wild animals since he was a young kid, let's say like 11 years old. He travels the world and tries to find new methods to catch the species of fish, animals, or even spiders.
And would you take a look at this massive goanna right down in front of me right here? So we were just driving along the road here and my mate saw him, so he stopped the cars. And the cool thing about these creatures is they have to choose fight or flight. And this guy is so big that he's chosen to defend himself, stand up like that, make himself as big as possible, because this guy is the king out here.
His videos of tubes only showing him with animals, his scientific background and experience in dealing with them makes him a pro in getting close, a life-threatening close, I would say. Since he was a kid, now this young man knows how to deal and handle all types of animals, to the degree of catching animals with his bare hands since he was a kid. Just imagine those hands. Now don't imitate our Myler Wilson, he is a pro, of course. Myler is also a wildlife enthusiast and a loud activist promoting wildlife care.
We're just creeping up on the first decent croc of the trip. We launched the boat, got out here. I'm gonna get my big camera up and try to get some footage of him. So this is the saltwater crocodile, the biggest reptile in the world, reaching lengths of over 6 meters long. So there are 2 species of crocodiles that live here in this river, the freshwater crocodile and this guy right here, the salty.
His role model is late Steve Irwin, the Australian naturalist, or maybe nicknamed the Crocodile Hunter. So Myler Wilson said, "My main goal is to educate people about these amazing species and show everyone how awesome they really are. Respect and salute." Welcome back, dear viewers. Now to the upload segment, as usual, as we are used to. Every week we get you a new content creator all over from different parts of Kuwait. So right now we have got a unique and interesting one. Please welcome with me, Saeed Shahab. Welcome to the studio, Saeed.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. A little bit about me. My name is Shahab. I'm a student. I study medicine. And I study in Australia, and in my free time I try to provide information and facts. I also have a podcast to help students out, particularly those who don't know which specialty to go into.
Awesome. Well, usually I ask the guests to look at the camera and tell us something about them, but you said that right away, so we can skip that part. So right now, Saeed, since we know some information about you, now the most interesting part about this upload segment is that we get to know how these people started, the journey, what kind of posts or uploads they have, the content that they produce and think of and upload it to the people. So let's talk about how did all of this start with you as a content creator, since again you mentioned that you're a student again, so we will talk more about this in just a minute. So let's start about when did it all start, and then we can continue.
So it started in a very long summer after school. I think it was 11th grade. And I didn't have much to do. You know, you live in Kuwait, I've lived in the same place. There isn't much places of entertainment. So where could I find purpose? Where could I find something to develop myself in? And I found that route through social media, working through videos. And I really love reading. It's one of my passions to read non-fiction books. And perhaps because my dad is into that side of always trying to push me into learning and reading more. So I thought, what's a way of me trying to memorize or truly understand the things I'm reading? And so I thought of, how about I make videos out of the things I read? For example, philosophy, tech, education, whatever I read, I try to make a video out of. Now, that wasn't very a good idea, because I learned early on, you can't make content just what about you want to make. I really love one thing, that's okay, and I can make content about that. However, you have to keep in mind, what does your audience want?
Exactly.
What is the demand in the marketplace? There's 2 types of content usually. The factual, informative, the things that people want, and that's very good because it's very shareable, very easy to share, and people need that.
So this is successful.
Absolutely. And the other thing is entertainment, where people just want to have a laugh and a giggle and just relax a bit. So you have to, before starting, what kind of content do you have to create? Will you create? And at the beginning, it was always informative, always value. I wanted to provide something that people don't know, or make it easier for them.
All right, so basically I can relate to this, by the way, because back in the days when I used to upload some content, I used to love, like let's say a specific game, I used to upload some video games. I used to upload the video games that I like, that I enjoy. However, people used to like, let's say, Fortnite and these popular games. So I had to upload the things that they like so that I can be successful. I get more views, more subscribers. But I felt bad about it because that's up to me. I mean, personally, I thought that uploading stuff that I don't like may be successful, but in the end, it's not what I like. So how did you feel about that?
You remind me of a great mentor that once told me, it's not about the idea, it's about the execution of that idea. 10 people can have the same idea of one video, but 10 different ways of executing and making that video. So if you know that it's the World Cup and there's demand for football, information about football, how you approach it and how I approach it are two different ways. As a background in medicine, because I study to be a doctor hopefully one day, I can maybe go into the injury sides of the players and what's going to happen if someone is hit with the ball on their head, and be creative with the same topic. So executing some people believe, okay, there's no freedom in creating content because people want a certain thing, to laugh, for example. But there is such a variety of different ways to make a person laugh. And so you can play and flourish with the creativity in making content.
That's what makes you unique, after all. That's
Thank
why
you.
people will look for Saeed if they would like to know more about injuries. People would look for Da'ij content if they would like to see some FIFA, some cool goals or whatever in the gaming section. So now that we got rid of this, or got it out of the way, let's talk about how can you, it's a different field. Medicine and content creation, two different things. What made you jump to this particular, thing, the field, the media?
Well, perhaps, look, as a person who's studying medicine, you're constantly, I don't want to say imprisoned, but you're restrained in a place of, you have to study anatomy, about the different structures of the human body, followed by pharmacology, the different drugs and the names and what they do to different diseases. So you have to memorize and do certain things. There isn't much space for creativity. So my outlet to just release all that creativity was social media, content creating, and providing value, and also different, no restraints. I am my own boss, and as you are a content creator, no one is telling you have to do it.
Yes,
you have
do
to
whatever you want to do.
Absolutely, you have to respect the audience, of course. And here's another point I learned early on: you cannot release or upload every single idea that comes to your mind, and that internal meter, that internal judge, has to develop over time through errors and learning from feedback. You can't make every single video and every single video you upload. You have to understand what level, from respecting your audience, what level of video is good enough for the audience.
Yes, true.
And the way to overcome that is having a good friend. Usually they see the video, they give you genuine feedback, and that's how you improve.
Bro, this is just me. This is me. Whenever I finish a video, I have to unlist it and send it to a couple of friends. Do you like it? You don't? What do I have to change? And then, after taking some, reviews here and there, I finally decide to upload or cancel the video.
For me personally, I come from an academic background. In medical school, everything you say, you have to back it up with a reference and a source. So there's a new global study that suggests that this diabetes is linked to blood sugar, whatever. You have to back that up. What's your evidence? And provide the details in the comments, in the resources. So you don't say any piece of information without backing it up. And that way, people can't attack you. If they attack you, they are attacking their source. And you have to do diligence.
You're just the messenger.
Absolutely, you're the messenger. And it's tricky, when you have an opinion, you have to back it up multiple times. So it's tough.
To rethink about it multiple times before you finish the job.
Absolutely, you have to. So it's tricky. So my advice: don't give your opinion on controversial things early on in your social media career. Let's say, perhaps stick to facts, information, and relay the message that others have said until you grow, until you educate yourself, and be very well read on the topic you want to speak on, and then perhaps give your opinion, because it's stuck. If it's on the internet, it's not getting deleted. It's there forever.
Yes, exactly. You heard the man. All right. So now, are you on also I've noticed that you're on Instagram, right? Are you on the other platforms or just the Instagram?
I am recently on TikTok,
all right,
which is very huge nowadays.
Yeah, we have spoken about. Yeah, everyone mentioned that TikTok is the new thing right now. You like it or not, it's the thing. So TikTok, Instagram,
YouTube.
Oh, all right. So on different platforms. Now I saw one of the videos actually of yours, you going around asking random people random questions. And one of the questions that we spoke before we record this is do you like your major? Yes or no? So these things, when it comes to going out there to different people, some people may be shy approaching the random peoples. So how do you feel about that?
I still get nervous, and it stresses me out going to a stranger and asking
what
them.
would you do if you ask someone, he said, no, please? How would you feel?
That happens, and all you can do is smile. They'll smile back, because human nature, like if you are friendly to a human being, they will respect and be friendly to you. And if they don't want to be on camera, that's okay. Just have a conversation and try to make a friend if you can.
So you don't jump randomly with the camera, start shooting. You ask for permission first?
Absolutely. I used to do that, and that's the thing about trial and error.
Maybe not in Kuwait, maybe in like Europe or America.
Yeah.
That would be fine, I think.
I think the advice of if you're approaching a stranger and trying to get a public interview, try to have a conversation first. Approach them with a friendly manner, knowing that they don't owe you anything or they don't have to do this thing. And if they say yes, it's okay. If they don't, you just made a new friend, hopefully.
I think this is one of the most successful parts of the media. I mean, I like it myself when people go to random strangers and ask them random questions. This is very nice and caught my attention. That's why this is one of the videos that I noticed from your account. So I thought like, why not? All right, so let's talk about the challenges that you face while recording, while in this field, while studying. You're a student, so all these together.
The challenge of having to juggle two things and being a student, trying to focus on uni, and then also having a side thing of trying to provide students with information and advice. It's difficult. It's not about time. We all have 24 hours in a day, and if you have a good schedule, you can do both things. But it's about mental energy. How much energy can you provide to one thing compared to the other? You can't do all the things you want. You can't go to the gym, be healthy, and then also, actually you can do that. I don't know why I said that.
I mean, with time management, everything happens.
It's possible, yeah. But you have to also, like my point, what I'm trying to say is, think about the energy of what is most valuable that you can put energy into. And like making content, I believe it's an investment. I'm investing in myself and in a platform that I want to grow, and having a page of providing information. And I think I will get return from, not perhaps like monetary return of money, but perhaps like, for example, I'm here right now. Respect, social status, that's things you think about when doing such a thing. Just my advice to people who are thinking about jumping into social media, just do it. For the first few videos, for the first few times, you will not be very good. And that is normal. You will make mistakes. Perhaps some people will hint that it's not very good, but you will develop. Trial and error, you will be good. Within a few months, you'll be close to perfect.
Well, again, you heard them, and that's a very brilliant advice. And one last thing I really would like to mention before we conclude this lovely interview, that everyone have someone who inspires them to begin with any journey. Boxing, gym, drawing, social media, you know, it could be anyone. So who inspires you to start this?
I think my dad, I'd say, to be honest.
Shout out to your dad.
And thank you. And the thing is, I think I started making content because of my dad. Yeah, subconsciously, upon like self-reflection, I think I wanted to impress my dad. And that's why I made content that me and him like bonded over, like philosophy and different topics or books we've read. So that's where it started. And then it went on to helping students and trying to provide people with advice so they can, you know, develop.
The journey began then. Well,
Absolutely.
God bless you both. Thank you so much, Saeed, for being here with us in this lovely interview. We hope that you enjoyed your time here. And again, ladies and gents, we have ended this interview with Saeed. We hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, remember this device here or here? Can you see the picture? Well, today my favorite segment will be about the top PSP games, an unfortunately failed device, but had so many potentials. PSP's developer was so far ahead of the curve. In 2004, it wanted to dominate and have a stake in the handheld device, competing head-on versus Nintendo 3DS. PSP had a gorgeous display and a powerful hardware made it just perfect for gamers who needed to take their gaming wirelessly or away from home. Here we are paying our respect for this dead device to list some top games of the PSP. One of the top games is Luminous Puzzle Fusion, a puzzler game with colors and excellent sounds. The game had an innovative use of light and music in every round. Now, Luminous upgraded the simple gameplay mechanics of matching blocks to a work of art by changing the environment with each new skin and transforming a tired idea into a creative appeal. We got Solid Snake played a huge part in PSP with the game Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker by the stunning Kojima. I'm a great fan, by the way. So Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker captures the blockbuster feel of the other console games, a way that makes us wonder if Hideo Kojima secretly upgraded our PSPs. With Metal Gear games, we are always promised with insane plot, lots of content, villains, actions, treason, tests of loyalty, and even love. The game was unique. It mixes classic Snake with deep squad management with a mother base that you could upgrade. Also, it had a co-op and a versus mode. Thirdly, Daxter is the best of the PSP games. So Daxter is the Jak and Daxter prequel, sequel, spin-off, set before the events of Jak 2, an unconventional open-world platformer shooter that follows Daxter as he tries to save his friend Jak from the evil Baron. Typical story, no, but not atypical gameplay at all. The game graces the PSP with a high level of graphics and a fantastic gameplay. Daxter is a must-play since it features everything from action to drama to comedy to boss fights to even LAN and multiplayer, mini games, collectible, and much more. We will have, of course, another segment with good games that belonged to dead devices. Well, this is it for our video game segment. See you later, fellas. Ciao. All right, dear viewers, so Fatma and her segment. Let us watch and see what she got for us today.
From the advantages of the social media.
Look, it's a good thing to have it at your business, to have good ideas, to have a good team also, because now I included my team with the social media.
Yeah, no, that's what we can see in your accounts.
it shows like different styles of working, and from there, you know, the client can see and choose and understand who's closer to his personality.
And that's what you are doing. You are letting people know more about the fitness, about how they can work out, how you use the social media to let people have a good content, to have a good information, to have a good ideas. So that's
honestly speaking, I was confused before because I didn't know how to start. I didn't know how to provide, you know, each post even. But imagine from 9 months ago or 8 months ago, I started, like, I committed myself to provide every week like few posts. And imagine in 8 or 9 months, I took almost double my followers. They used to follow me before. So, you know, putting a work, having a good ideas, having a good team to help you to provide each video, I think it helped me a lot to be there.
So after doing this all things,
Yeah.
what could happen if we don't have social media?
If there is no social media, I guess we'll be like before, you know.
We will go to
Old school. It's still till now, many people are operating their business without social media. Yeah, I mean, if you go to a tailor who does your clothes, for example, he doesn't have social media, but we still need him.
And some of the people in media, I was so surprised, they don't have social media.
Yes.
Like one of the directors we have in the TV, when I asked him, please, can I have your Instagram? He said, I don't have. No snap, no snap. So some of the people still, they are not using the social media, and they are good in the life and they are working out.
Life is good, I guess. Life is good. I think people can enjoy life without social media. But as I mentioned, it will conflict your daily activities. You know, if you're used to do certain things and suddenly you're on your phone 6 or 7 hours a day, it's not easy, you know. So I think it's important to manage your time, and you can fit there.
I'm so happy to have this interview with you, and I'm so sad that I'm going to end this quick report for Da'ij. But before we end this report, I would like to listen from you something you like to say it for the viewers.
Actually, the good thing about social media is if you use it properly, it will help you, will support your life. You can get like some sports idea, you can get like some health idea, you can get many valuable information.
Like one of the person, me, sometimes I follow, like I'm switching the reels in Instagram. I see some videos about how the mothers can be with their kids, how they can enjoy the time with their kids. So it's very helpful to let us learn something new in our life. So the social media, it's good.
It is helpful, but please,
like a medicine,
don't post anything. Don't post anything. Just try to think twice before you post, and I guess you will help a lot of people through this idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I appreciate your support on this.
Thank you so much to be with us today.
That.
Thank you so much. So thank you, dear Da'ij, and thank you, dear viewers, for watching this report.
Fatma, I appreciate this coverage, and of course thank you so much for the knowledge that you provide us with, and of course the experience with social media adds up every time we get to see this beautiful segment. Thank you so much. With that being said, dear viewers, we have reached the end of this lovely, amazing episode of New Media. We really hope that you enjoyed every and each segment that we talked about, the media story, the upload, of course, the content creator, and of course, the video game segment. Stay safe and see you again in the next one.